So, you want to learn how to get an empty dark zone like this, where you're just running around the dark zone. There is nobody farming, there's nobody fighting, nothing is actually happening in the dark zone at all because you're in an empty dark zone. Not only that, but you also don't have to worry about any of the boxes being hit because you're in a fresh dark zone lobby. Check this out. Look, every box has not been hit. So now I can just run around and hit all of these dark zone boxes without worrying about players jumping me. I could farm without worrying about other teams coming and trying to get the kills. I can do all of this solo with no worries. Now, in this video, what I'm going to do is show you a step-by-step guide on how to create your own dark zone lobby, hashtag your own empty dark zone. And look at this, you can just hit all of your boxes and go on your merry way. This is an easy way to get all of your DZ keys, but it's also an easy way of getting your exotics. So I have been showing this strategy or this mechanic for multiple of years now. I have shown this every single year. Every single time I do a solo in the Dark Zone video, I show people how to do this because it has never changed. All you do is switch your Dark Zone instances and you're able to create your own empty Dark Zone. Now, yes, other people can eventually join you, of course, but it will always start as an empty Dark Zone. That way you have enough time to hit all of these chests and not have to worry about anybody messing with you. Now, I am getting very unlucky with these exotics to drop, but I do have one more chest to try out really quick before we get into the video. But nevertheless, I'm not going to bore you with this. I'll show you some more Dark Zone gameplay in a little bit. Let's go ahead and jump back to the intro. How to get an empty dark zone, or how to start your own empty dark zone lobby, right? Because you're not really getting your own empty dark zone, you're just starting a fresh lobby that other people can matchmake to eventually. Now, the cool thing about it is you do have some downtime to where it is an empty lobby and you're able to farm for the exotic components, you're able to farm for the targeted loot, you're able to do all of this by yourself. And then people will start showing up. And by that time, you can switch lobbies again and rinse and repeat. It's truly that simple. That's how I'm able to get my exotic components. That's how I'm able to make those Farm This Now videos, to get the Eagle Bearer, to get the Bighorn, or even to get the Ravenous. I mean, all of these involve the Dark Zone farming techniques. And, well, I'll show you again my build and how to get an empty lobby. All right, here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. And finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone's from. But all right, so how to start your own lobby, how to get an empty dark zone. We'll get into that, but first, the build. We all need a dark zone build, right? So here is my current dark zone build for solo players. Now, yes, you can get this build from Farming Countdown. You can open up the named item caches. You can open up the exotic caches or the season legacy caches to get everything that is on this build. Now, let's start off at the top like a normal build video. So, Technician Specialization. I'm using that to get the extra skill tier. So let's see here, my decoy is at a tier 1, and so is my EMP sticky. Now, the decoy is pretty big for supply drops, for running through landmarks, for doing things like that, and also getting your exotics. You want to get all of the NPCs off of your back, so you drop that decoy and you're good to go. Now, as far as why am I using the EMP sticky bomb, the reason for that is that it has a longer duration of disorienting the enemy, opposed to the jammer. So you can see right here, the jammer, the EMP effect duration is 3 seconds, right? If you go to the EMP sticky, the EMP detonation
Radius is 5 meters with a duration of 12 seconds. So you get what, 4 times the duration using the EMP sticky. Not only that, but it has a bigger radius. That's what she said. And also, it staggers your enemy, so you're able to focus fire your enemy. So these skills are very, very, very helpful in the Dark Zone. Now, as far as the weapons, these are also very specific. The St. Elmo's engine, what you want to do with this one is build up the shock ammo and keep it on you just in case you get gat in the back. You can turn around and shoot them with shock ammo. And then for your secondary, I'm actually using the Vector 45 with flatline and damage to targets at a cover. The reason for that is I have the linked laser pointer from the technician specialization, right? So that way, every time I pulse the enemies, I can see around me. Not only that, but I get amplified damage, and I know that they cannot pulse me. Now, what does that mean? Well, I am running 3 pieces of y'all gear. Now, we all know that using a specialization, you get 50% pulse resistance just from the specialization. Now, using 3 piece of y'all gear, you get the additional 40% pulse resistance, which puts you up to 90, right? And then that's why I put on here a pulse resistance mod of 10%, and then that puts me to 100% pulse resistance. So I'm able to pulse my enemies and see their locations, but they cannot pulse me, which is also a great thing to have whenever you're running around in the Dark Zone solo. Now, the next thing is survivability. You want survivability in the Dark Zone. So, with that, I have a few things here for survivability. Actually, let's be real, the entire build is for survivability. So, let me explain. So, first off, we have the 3 piece of y'all for pulse resistance. That's for survivability purposes. I don't want them to mark me, and I don't want them to have amplified damage at me on me whenever they pulse me. So they can't pulse, they can't use that to their advantage. That right off the bat. Next, we have the backpack with Adrenaline Rush. Whenever an enemy is within 10 meters, I get bonus armor, so that helps out my survivability even further. With the chest piece, I am using Perfectly Efficient, which turns your 4 armor kits into like 8 or 9 armor kits, or if you're nasty, like a dozen armor kits. It's really ridiculously strong. Not only that, but this talent does work with instant med kits, so you can keep using instant med kits over and over, and it'll do the same thing. It won't consume, and you can just keep your armor up the entire time. So we have bonus armor. We have basically unlimited armor kits. Then we have the Catharsis. Now, the Catharsis does a few things. It triggers a purge that heals you, it immediately removes status effects, and it gives you weapon damage all at the same time. But more importantly, it heals you and it takes away status effects. So that right there is your counter to the skill builds, to the status effects builds, things like that. So we're having survivability, bonus armor is, more than your usual amount of armor kits. Then we are pulse resed, and we get to heal ourselves and take away status effects. But wait, there's more, because we have armor regeneration rolled on everything. So everything on this build has armor regeneration and, well, crit if we can. But we do have armor regeneration from the Catharsis, and I do have Emperor's Guard with double armor regen. Now, more importantly, the crit aspect. So you want crit chance everywhere you can, not crit damage. So you can see even the mods, they're all crit chance, everything crit chance. And then you're good to go, right? So you have as much crit chance as you can. You have the armor regeneration. You have all of these different talents working together for your survivability. They can't pulse you. You have shock ammo, and you can pulse them, and you can stagger them, and you can throw a decoy to get out of the way. I mean, this is a stacked Dark Zone build. Going to the stats, we are at 55% crit chance. I mean, the max is 60, so we're right there, right under max crit. That's pretty cool. Now, as far as the armor regeneration, we are sitting at 65.5k per second. And then that's also with Perfectly Efficient, so we can keep popping armor kits. And we also have Adrenaline Rush that gives us bonus armor, with the catharsis that also heals us. So pretty cool, right? And we're just under the 8 million or 1.8 million armor. So that's pretty cool. We're at 1.799. So this is your Dark Zone build, right? I've been using this probably for about a year or so now. I mean, for a good chunk of my solo Dark Zone builds, I'll be using this. And I also use this whenever I do my exotic component farm as well. Now, why am I showing you all this? Because every once in a while, the targeted loot will be something like assault rifles or rifles, something like that. And that's where you can get the Eagle Bearer, you can get the Bighorn, you can get the Ravenous, all of that jazz. And you don't have to do legendary content, you don't have to do the raids, none of that crap. You just jump into your own empty Dark Zone farm for a little bit. If it doesn't work, jump out, start your own empty Dark Zone again, and do it all over again. Pretty cool, right? So here's the Eagle Bearer that you can get. There's the Bighorn, and here's the Ravenous. So these are the 3 big exotics that they added to the Dark Zone, and this is why I constantly tell people to farm the Dark Zone, because it's the only other way of getting these exotics without doing the actual raid or legendary content. Here's the Bighorn, just another build video on that one. It's such a good weapon. And then, of course, we have the Ravenous. I mean, this thing is a beast as well. Not only does it explode the enemies, but it also heals you and gives you more amplified damage to armor. It's nasty. But let's get into the Dark Zone, right? So you know the build, you know the whole, mechanics and philosophy behind why we're doing this. So let's go ahead and show you how to do it. So here we go. All right, step-by-step guide how to get into your own empty lobby. All right, so step 1, you want to go to your lobby. Let's go to DZ South, because it looks like DZ South is invaded, and it's easier to run those exotic runs on invaded. That way you don't have to use your DZ keys to open up the boxes. So right here, it's populating a lobby for me, right? It's doing this double loading screen, and it just put me into a lobby where there's other players. Or it's supposed to, right? So let's check it out.
Now entering an invaded Dark Zone.
So we're in the invaded Dark Zone. And if this is an empty lobby, I should be able to hit all of the chests and all of the DZ boxes instantly. Now, if any of them are taken or what have you, they will be on cooldown. You should be able to just switch lobbies and be good to go. But because we just got into a lobby, check that out. And that was God rolled, and I just got an exotic. That's stupid. Stupid. Now what you want to do, oh, but you can see that DZ box was hit. Okay. Let's see. That box was hit. Okay. So these are all on timers. So it looks like the exotic boxes were... Oh, yeah, all the DZ resources were hit. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch lobbies, and we'll see if it resets all of those boxes, okay? Pretty simple. Now I'm going to show you this step by step, because it still works, and it works on all platforms. Now, no, I do not run the DZ a lot on PC, just because of cheaters and hackers. Yes, it's still a thing. But I do this on console every day for my exotics, and it works like a charm. There is no issues with this. It works every single day. So what you're going to do here is you're going to log out, right? Now, the reason for this is I am right next to the safe house in this specific location. So what happens is it's going to log me out, and it's going to put me into the safe house. Now, this way, when I log back into the game, it's going to populate a Dark Zone while I am already in the Dark Zone, okay? Now, it will do one of two things. It will either put me directly into the same lobby that I was in before, or it'll put me into a fresh lobby, because it's loading me into the Dark Zone without populating its own lobby. I'm already in the Dark Zone. So here, come on with it. There we go.
Now entering
So
an
if it
invaded
puts
Dark
me
Zone.
right back into a loading screen,
Priority objective
it did
available,
not.
agent.
Okay, and now it says Dark Zone drops are
Access
available.
granted.
So now we have Dark Zone drops available. I'm in a fresh lobby. This is a fresh lobby. All right. Now, one of the telltale signs of a fresh lobby is Dark Zone drops. So Dark Zone drops, if you go into a lobby and it says Dark Zone drops available, that's a brand new lobby. Because the lobbies, they start with your Dark Zone drops. You'll notice that with hardcore characters, that whenever you join in on your hardcore character, you'll get a instant Dark Zone drop, and that's showcasing that you're in a new lobby. And all of these boxes should be able to get hit. Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and do our exotic loop. I should be able to hit all of the boxes. All of them. Oh. Yo, the healer's blocking the elevator. Don't body block the elevator, bro. Come on. And it's truly that simple. So what I did is I logged out. I logged back in. And sometimes it will change your instance just because you're in the safe house. But if it does hit you with an immediate loading screen, it's going to put you back into that lobby. And then you have to switch characters, switch instances, and then get back into it. But this one worked immediately. So I loaded up into the safe house, and it started a new lobby with supply drops. And now we're good to go. Notice that when I logged out, I did not have supply drops. I did not have any of the landmarks that it's showing are active now. I mean, this is a completely different Dark Zone. And it took seconds to switch instances. So let me explain how to do this with another character. So let's say that you load into the safe house and it gives you an instant loading screen, again, putting you back into that lobby. What you would have to do is log out, keeping that character in the safe house. Go to another character, right? One of your alternates. Just go to any other Dark Zone. Wait for the loading screen. That way it puts you into a different Dark Zone. And then log out and go back to your main character. That will also put you into a new lobby. But the telltale sign for me, and what I tell everyone to do, is just look for the supply drops. Because you know you get a new lobby once you have supply drops. It's just a given. You know it's a fresh lobby. Now, I'm saying fresh lobby. I'm not saying it's an empty Dark Zone because this is not permanently empty. You're starting your own lobby. Now, yes, other people can get into this lobby. And look, it turned red before I even got over there. That's funny. Now, other people can join this lobby eventually. Oop, let me hit it. Yeah. Grab and go. And we out. And we out. Here, I'll show you how to get this supply drop too with a decoy. But you can do all this solo. Now I'm in my own Dark Zone. Now, I keep saying that it's a fresh lobby because other people can eventually join this lobby. It's not like it's closed off. It's not like private or anything. But what happens is you see the supply drops, you get like, I don't know. I would want to say like 10 to 20 minutes of like uninterrupted DZ time before anyone else shows up. It's pretty damn cool, man. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on. Come on. No, I just wanted to hit the box. I just wanted to hit the box. Let me hit the box. No. Oh, shit. Yo, I just got the pestilence off rip. Oh my gosh. Ermagerd. I just got the pestilence. So now if someone kills me, they get a freaking exotic? That's dirty.
Watch your back.
Ooh, yeah? And you can see, I mean, these are all boss enemies. And you can see we're just melting through them. And then what I typically like to do is keep my shock ammo for later. There we go. And now we're good. See? Bada bing, bada boom. Super easy.
Claiming DZ drop.
Oh, and I'm already max on stuff. Here, let me Let me go ahead and get rid of all this. We'll just keep the exotics
Dark zone drop has
and the
expired.
DZ resources. How about we do that?
Retrieving contaminated.
And then I'll extract at the end. So basically what you're doing is you're starting your own instance, and then you get to, I guess, just freely roam the Dark Zone until other people start joining in. It takes them a while because it typically likes to throw them into Dark Zone lobbies that have, you know, multiple people, where this lobby only has, you know, me. So it might take a little bit longer for them to populate more players into this lobby. So it gives you like a little bit of like a free time to come around here, do whatever you want. I mean, it's truly that simple, people. I mean, I've been doing this for years, and I've had no issues ever. I get my exotics and I go. And that's it. Every now and then I'll, you know, I don't know, I'll stand here for like an hour, and then I'll finally see some people. I'm like, all right. And then do it again, and you have your own empty lobby all over again. Pretty wicked. This one might be a little tricky. Let's throw the decoy over there. There we go. Oh, yeah?
Contaminated gear.
I'm not getting many exotics. Yeah, I'm getting shafted on the boxes. Remember that these DZ boxes have a 25% chance of giving you a exotic component. And I want those. Even though I can't really complain because I just got a pestilence to drop, but still. But still. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Come on. It would be nice to see some more exotic components. The expertise upgrade is so damn expensive. It's crazy. Alright. Should be able to hit this one. Uh-oh, another heroic. Ruh-roh. Let's see. Right there. There we go.
Contaminated gear detected.
Oof, no exotic. Oh, I got shacked! Still nothing. Nice. And now you can see my catharsis is, what, over halfway built? So that's already another plus 20% weapon damage that I have. And we know that whenever it goes to max and I get shot, it'll automatically purge a heal. So that's pretty good to rely on as well. It's not bad. Not bad at all. But now we are fully back. And look, I can hit that box again.
Detecting contaminated
That box I just hit, remember? When I switched lobbies? So the fact that I could hit that box again right after doing this loop, that's another sign that I'm in a different lobby. So you can see how this works, all right? It's pretty nice. You log out, you load into the safe house. Usually it'll work just right off the bat, but if not, switch characters, change your instances, and then go back to your main, and you'll be in a new lobby. It's truly that simple. I do this, like I said, every day. I have to get my exotic components because, I mean, look. I have a 28 St. Elmo's. I have a 28 capacitor, 27, 27, 28, 28, 28. I mean, there's a lot. My catharsis is 28. I mean, we're getting there. But it costs a lot of exotics. So this is how I do it. Very simple. And then log out, log back in, and do it all over again. Pretty cool.
Extraction called for.
And that, my dear agents, is how you get your own empty lobby. It's really that simple. Now, I know I keep saying that, but it is. I've been doing this for years, and I've never had issues. Don't try to do this with a friend because it's not going to work. Do it by yourself. You get your own empty lobby. Once you jump in here with a friend, then it's going to try to populate like a pop-in lobby for you. But if you're in here solo, it'll just put you in your own fresh lobby, and you're good to go. But that, my dear agents, is that. I mean, I don't really know what else to show you. I've done this video a few times now. So if you go back to any of my solo Dark Zone builds or how to get an empty Dark Zone video, you'll see the exact same technique. It's really that easy. But all right, that is it for me. I am Kamikazevondoom. Hit that like, subscribe. You know the whole YouTube spiel. I'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace out. And let me get this pestilence out of here. But you can see it's still an empty lobby. There's no one here. And I already did my entire exotic farm, and I got a freaking pestilence to drop. Pretty cool. Now, if I wanted to, I could stay in here for a little bit longer, but eventually it will populate other players eventually, just so you know. But all right, let's extract my exotic and my DZ resources, and we're on our way. Let's go. Now, if I look at my social, you'll see there's no one on the nearby. And if I show you the map again, you can see there is nobody on the map. It's truly empty. All right, 35 seconds.
30 seconds left.
In fact, I actually know it's going to stay empty, so I'm just going to leave it right there. I don't think anyone's going to somehow magically spawn into this lobby and go cut that rope. I don't think it's going to happen. If it does, there will be egg on my face, but I don't think there will be. So let's run over here, let that extraction play out, get my exotic, and we're good to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booyah. And that is that. Pretty cool, right? Extraction complete.
Hilo is returning to
I got
base.
my pestilence and I got my DZ resources. Very good.
Leaving invaded
All right,
zone.
hit the like, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. Pretty quick and simple. But follow those steps and you can have your own empty DZ too. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.